Let's meditate. I think meditation is to learn the way of nature. It's as simple as that. Let me start with this observation. I was talking to a man, 28 years old, and his experience of runner's high. I don't think I have such a thing, but I have high, you call runner's high. How about living high? Even right now, the aliveness, connecting to the world, hearing the bird, breathing fresh air, me being healthy, feeling the cells vibrating, communicating each other to keep me alive and live better. I have a toothache. Actually, yes, that's right. A few days ago, and I worked with the DeepSeek AI every now and then to have a dialogue, and maybe I'll post that one because it's interesting that I use AI in this way, just asking questions. I usually start with a broad question. I have a toothache next to my wisdom tooth. I feel something is wrong. What should I do? And I like to go one step at a time, one question at a time, and start to narrow it, how to find a solution. Back and forth and then find a solution what to do. Like taking Advil, at what frequency, exercise less, and so forth. Then in the evening, I think it was 9 o'clock, I had more of a pain. So I shared that. And by the talk, I realized that I had a long walk with actually the same person who get into runner's high. So we had the interesting discussion, but that talk was good, but the exercise, walking, was a little bit too much for me. It was a long distance. So I figured out that have contributed the pain. So long story short, I found a way. Even talking about, I don't know the name, some kind of a nerve system, PNS or something they call it. Meaning that if you are reacting with the fight or flee, that's one approach, but the other one is relax and rest. And the meditation is like a relax and rest. So I chose the path instead of being worried doing this or that, and came out fine. Taking some salt water and pills at certain frequency. So we go on, and now I'm talking about go to the dentist because there's this wisdom teeth and this another one next to it, got some chip. So I address that. So Q&A, if you ask good question at the right time with understanding of the situation, like going through CAPD, check, act, plan, do, step at a time. So I found that's how I use AI as an example. And I have other examples. AI has some problems, but like they try to explain everything in one shot without listening and going one step at a time, or not having a long-term memory. But knowing that we can use AI, not to be used. So one of the critical process is ask the right question at the right time, in the right way. If they respond, don't read all of them, just focus on one issue at a time, roughly speaking. And if you keep that attitude, you can use AI, even with some deficiencies. So I have a case. I worked for 6 months and going through more development, execution process, and things seem to be moving on by going through the CAPD process. So what does that mean? And relating to the nature's way. The nature's way is how we have this life on earth. And we didn't know how we came about to be alive. And being alive, our ego may say, I make things happen. I earn money and do this and that. But underneath is the nature's way, always functioning, even when you die. Riding the wave of the nature, the wave of the universe, that's what I say every now and then. That's the sensation, and also connect to runner's high. Because when you are in Zenkigen, full utilization of talent, you find that nature's way prevailing with much, much less use of your mind, to the point of no mind. So runner's high is exactly that, although people may not call it meditation. It's a state of samadhi, no mind, no self. I think I posted this dialogue with this about the runner's high. You might want to take a look at it in the video I posted, or I will post if I haven't. So use the brain not to be used. And when you don't use, you become one with the nature's way, and Zenkigen, full utilization of potential. Functions as if all the cells and organs, nerve system, hormone, find the zone experience. So you can have that, not like this sitting meditation, but any time, multiple times in a day. More you have this, you feel light, meaning liberated, instead of consumed by the environment. When things are too much, like the case of my toothache, a broken tooth, you find a way to deal with it. You find a way to deal with life, death, running, solving problem, also using AI. Some people may be so competitive they want to use AI for their own benefit. But ask the right question. May all beings be happy. And let the nature to take over. One interesting example, it just popped up, is the case of Shin Buddhism, especially Myokoni. They practice it. Their way is to just say Namu Amida Butsu. Namu is let go. Amida is Buddha. Amida Butsu. Butsu is Buddha. Amida Buddha. Let Amida Buddha to take over. And what is Amida Buddha? In essence, it's the nature's way. So, Sila Samadhi Panya, you do whatever is right, get into Samadhi, no mind, no self, and wisdom and compassion will pop up. Even though Shin Buddhism may not use the word Sila Samadhi Panya, or in Japanese Kai Joe. Kai is like a form of the right practice. Jo is Samadhi. E is wisdom. It's the same thing. Words may be different, but at the core, the root of all of that is the laws of nature. Some may use the word like Dharma. Or Dhamma, laws. It's manifesting everywhere, every place, every time. And you can tune into it because you are that. You may not realize. You may not realize how you live, but you are alive. The magic experience happens. Miracle of existence happens and is happening. And it's a simple, in Shin Buddhism they call it the stepping sideways. What was the Japanese word? It doesn't matter. Pointing without thinking, you can just jump into that state. Yokotobi, sidestepping. So that is called other power. Not your power, but other power. Tariki. Ta means other, riki for the power. Tariki. Jiriki is self-power. Ji for self, Riki is power. So you try. But when you try, there's ego. Trying has your identity. But in Shin Buddhism, especially Yokonin, because they don't have those intellect as much, they can fit into that state of self, other power, tariki. So let's live out of tariki, other power, nature's way, as the core. Let's utilize the full potential, Zen Kigen, Zen total Kigen, expressing the potential. The whole world, the universe is functioning. And to know that experientially is awakening through samadhi or Namo Amida Butsu or even runner's high, although you may not think or feel like it. Find that tuning, connecting to the core of our being where nature's way is. That's the magic, and to know that magic is awakening. As human, we lose that. And because we lose that, we can get back to tune in samadhi, in nirvana or pure land, the Shin Buddhists talk about, and be. It's functioning everywhere. That's the root of who we are. Use AI, use brain. AI is extension of a brain. You can ask the question. Asking a good question itself is a wisdom. So that the pulling out the potential of AI. But don't use AI as a tool for your ego. Ego violates the way of nature. May all beings be happy. You have a good day. Like those roosters running around. Cook, 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 cook. Here they are. I don't know if I can show you.